B. Collection. Collection includes those activities related to the acquisition of data required to satisfy the requirements specified in the collection strategy. This is managed by collection managers, whose duties include selecting the most appropriate available assets and associated PED, and then tasking selected asset or assets and associated PED to conduct collection missions. Collection managers also develop and coordinate sensor employment guidance, exercise authoritative control of specific collection operations, revise collection activities as required, monitor the overall satisfaction of requirements, and assess the effectiveness of the collection plan to satisfy the original and evolving intelligence needs. When opportunities arise, collection managers may direct dynamic cross-queuing of sensors to obtain a multidiscipline approach and obtain higher confidence data. When adjustments to the collection plan or dynamic retasking of assets are made, collection managers will inform other relevant stakeholders of the changes. Collectors, whether conducting reconnaissance and surveillance via technical means or human ones, obtain the data needed to satisfy the information requirements within the collection requirements tasked to them. Collected data is distributed via appropriately classified media/circuits to processing and exploitation elements. Collection managers continuously monitor the results not only of intelligence collection, but also processing and exploitation, and information reporting to determine if SIRs are being satisfied. Collection managers continuously assess the effectiveness of the collection plan in meeting the JFC's requirements as part of the command's evaluation and feedback portion of the intelligence process. C. Processing and exploitation. During processing and exploitation, raw collected data is converted into forms that can be readily used by commanders, decision makers at all levels, intelligence analysts, and other consumers. Processing and exploitation includes first phase imagery exploitation, data conversion and correlation, document and media translation, and signal decryption, as well as reporting the results of these actions to analysis and production elements. Processing and exploitation may be federated or performed by the same element that collected the data. Federated exploitation planning is typically conducted during joint operation planning based on anticipated single-source analytic throughput, and it ensures appropriate intelligence systems architecture is in place to route raw data to predetermined exploitation nodes. 1. An example of processing and exploitation occurs when the technical parameters, frequency, pulse repetition frequency, and bandwidth, detected by an electronic intelligence ELINT collection system are compared and associated with the known parameters of a particular radar system. Rather than providing an analyst with an overwhelming mass of raw ELINT data, the analyst is provided with the essential fact. 2. Different types of data require different degrees of processing before they can be intelligible to the recipient. In the area of SIGINT, processing and exploitation are increasingly automated and are being quickly performed by the collection systems. Similarly, captured enemy documents may only require translating before they can be used by analysts. On the other hand, the technical exploitation of an item of enemy equipment may require months of intensive effort before its full capabilities can be determined. D. Analysis and production. During analysis and production, intelligence is produced from the information gathered by the collection capabilities assigned or attached to the joint force and from the refinement and compilation of intelligence received from subordinate units and external organizations. All available processed information is integrated, evaluated, analyzed, and interpreted to create products that will satisfy the commander's PIRs or RFIs. Intelligence products can be presented in many forms. They may be oral presentations, hard copy publications, or electronic media. Intelligence production for joint operations is accomplished by units and organizations at every echelon. Federated production plans developed through IP are intended to provide reach-back support to meet the CCDR's intelligence requirements, whereas collection, processing, and exploitation are primarily performed by specialists from one of the major intelligence disciplines. Analysis and production is done primarily by all-source analysts that fuse together information from all intelligence disciplines. The product of multidiscipline fusion effort is all-source intelligence. All-source intelligence should comply with Intelligence Community Directive Number 203 Analytic Standards. 1. A key methodology or process for conducting intelligence analysis and production is the JIPOE process. A. JIPO is the continuous process through which J2 manages the analysis and development of products that help the commander and staff understand the complex and interconnected OE, the composite of the conditions, circumstances, and influences that affect the employment of capabilities that bear on the decisions of the commander. The J2 manages the JIPO process with input from intelligence planners and other staff directorates or elements, such as medical and engineering, see Figure 1-5. B. Analysts use the JIPO process to analyze, correlate, and fuse information pertaining to all relevant aspects of the OE, e.g., political, military, economic, social, information, and infrastructure, PMES 2, PMESII systems. The process is also used to analyze adversary capabilities, identify potential adversary COAs, and assess the most likely and most dangerous adversary COAs. The process can be applied to the full range of military operations and to each level of war. C. Throughout the JIPO process, at every echelon and production category, one of the most important but least understood aspects of analysis is SCA. SCA is the study, evaluation, and interpretation of information about adversaries and relevant actors through the lens of group-level decision-making to discern catalysts of behavior and the context that shapes behavior. SCA informs the commander's understanding of adversaries and other relevant actors by analyzing societies, populations, and other groups of people, including their activities, relationships, and perspectives across time and space at varying scales of analysis. SCA includes the graphic representation of social and cultural information for a given area presented spatially, on a map, and temporally. SCA also includes the systematic mapping of human factors affecting a leader's or key actor's decision-making influences. SCA considers relationships and activities of the population, social network analysis, looking at the interpersonal, professional, and social networks tied to an individual, as well as small and large group dynamics. The JIPO process is described in detail in JP 01.3 Joint Intelligence Preparation of the Operational Environment. 2. Intelligence products are generally placed in one of 8 production categories: warning, current, general military, target, scientific and technical, S&T, CI, identity intelligence, I2, and estimative intelligence, see Figure 1-6. The categories are distinguished from each other primarily by the purpose for which the intelligence was produced. The categories can and do overlap, and the same intelligence and information can be used in each of the categories. A. Warning intelligence. Warning provides a distinct communication to a decision maker about threats against U.S. security, interests, or citizens. Warning carries a sense of urgency, implying the decision maker should take action to deter or mitigate the threat's impact. Warning analysis focuses on the opportunities to counter and alter only those threats that have detrimental effects for the U.S. This includes U.S. military or political decision cycles, infrastructure, COA, or loss of governance. Defense intelligence recognizes 2 types of warning: emerging and enduring. Quote, emerging warning concerns, unquote, and quote-unquote enduring warning problems discuss issues relevant to national security warranting DoD leadership attention. Emerging warning issues may be ambiguous and may be formalized as an quote-unquote enduring warning problem based on a risk evaluation to national security and planning guidance. The latter is usually linked to contingency plans, which are defined and long-standing potential threats to U.S. interests. B. Current intelligence. Current intelligence provides updated support for ongoing operation. It involves the integration of time-sensitive, all-source intelligence and information into concise, objective reporting on the current situation in a particular area. The term current is relative to the time sensitivities of the decision maker and the context of the type of operation being supported. For an example, in some contexts, intelligence may be considered current, whereas other circumstances may require intelligence in near real time. C. General Military Intelligence, GMI. GMI focuses on the military capabilities of foreign countries and organizations to include non-state actors and other topics that could affect potential U.S. or multinational military operations. This broad category of intelligence is normally associated with long-term planning and attempts to identify and monitor trends affecting national security to facilitate the efficient application of finite resources. GMI is tailored to specific subordinate joint force missions and includes information on the organization, operations, facilities, and capabilities of selected foreign military forces. GMI also includes other relevant characteristics of the OE. See JP 2-01, Joint and National Intelligence Support to Military Operations, for more detailed discussion on GMI. See JP 4-02, Health Service Support, for more information on medical intelligence, MedInt. D. Target intelligence. Target intelligence portrays and locates the components of a target or a target complex, networks, and support infrastructure and indicates its vulnerability and relative importance to the adversary. Target intelligence includes the characterization of a target and indicates its vulnerability, placement in larger systems or networks, and relative importance to the adversary. Characterization includes analysis of physical and virtual attributes, including the biographic, biologic, behavioral, and reputational attributes of human targets to support weaponeering, and signatures to support target detection and positive identification. Target intelligence also includes battle damage assessment, BDA, composed of physical damage/change assessment, functional damage/change assessment, and functional assessment of the higher level target system resulting from the application of lethal or non-lethal military force. It is critical that intelligence analysis supporting targeting remain consistent throughout the joint force. Target intelligence must holistically analyze the target so it can support all target engagement options. Throughout the targeting process, intelligence personnel should ensure that available information is considered to support proper target nomination, target development, and assessment. Target intelligence includes nominations for the NSL and RTL, CJP 3-60 Joint Targeting, and CJCSI 3370.01 Target Development Standards for further information.